Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Redstone Creations. And this time it is the personal storage system that's getting an upgrade. Although, when I say an upgrade, I of course mean that you'll get version 4, 4.1, and version 4.2, each of which brings something new to the table. We'll start with version 4. So what has changed compared to the previous version? Well, as you can see, the piston system has been replaced by command block 1, so apart from the buttons, this thing is entirely silent. And also, it has become a lot smaller. It's now only 5 high times 7. Must not forget the buttons. However, due to constraints with how command blocks work, at least up until version 1.9, which this system wasn't made with, you have to have one wide gap between each one, as with all the other versions. But other than that, well, not much. Still has 2 buttons, and it denies access by simply blocking access. Much more interesting is version 4.1. Now here, the complicated 2-button version has been replaced by a 1-button version. And as you can see, it is very fast, and it works by checking. Oops, if you want to close the thing, it first checks if you don't already have a personal storage. Then it clones these chests up here, which means that if you put something in here and close it, that block gets... oh, I can't open it now, but that content gets cloned up here, and then it fills out the access, which means that it's much more difficult to actually get at the command block, which makes it easier for securing the whole thing, if you want to have this in your world. And finally, it replaces this command block with a copy of itself, which basically resets the whole thing. Now, when you press the button again, this one should not activate, because or rather, if you come to it again and press the button, this one won't activate, but this one will, because it checks if the identification number, so personal storage system number 1, it then sets your identification number to back to 0, resetting it, and then all the opening needs is for these 2 blocks to be cloned down. But this one actually has 2 problems that are not immediately obvious when you just activate it. First of all, this one still has the uncomfortable trait that you need to have at least 1 block in between each one. And secondly, it's not stable. That's because in order for this to work, this cloning action needs to happen before these two blocks are filled out. But due to the instability of the system I accidentally created here, that is not always happening. If you would to move this in MCEdit, you may already have problems. And also if the... whoops, didn't want to show that. And also if the world is not loaded enough, loaded properly, so let's say only half of the blocks are loaded due to chunks, well, then it also might have problems. But those problems are where the version 4.2 comes in. And this is great. Let me demonstrate how that it's... oops. First of all, forgot that. This is the... this might look very convenient, but imagine you're on a server and someone runs in front of you just when you press the button, and already you can no longer open it because that person is running away. Well, now you have to stand right next to it in order to close the system. This prevents this running by and basically snatching the chest problem. Secondly, it works pretty much in the same way, although slight differences can be seen. I'll explain why in just a few seconds. So when you close it, it checks if you are there and you don't already have a chest. Then it clones the chest up, storing it basically, and then fills those two out with quartz. And when it opens, it just clones these two chests, which have all the stuff in, back down, which of course removes the quartz. But the great thing about this version is that it is 100% stackable. So you can have as many as you want with no distance in between. And well, demonstrating that it actually works. Oh, I can't open it because I need to open this one first. And as you can see, works perfectly. And that is pretty much as far as I can see the final version using the conventional command blocks. I mean, with 1.9 we have new command blocks, so I might figure out a way to make this a lot smaller. But there are a few not issues, warnings. If you want to use this stack like this with no distance in between. First of all, the chests need to change between normal chest and a trapped chest in order for visual glitches to disappear, and also in order to prevent you from just taking stuff out of other chests even though those are locked. You know, small details. And then, in order to get the redstone behind it, or well, redstone, I mean there are 3 pieces that are actual redstone. 4 if you if you include the redstone block that's going to be created there. You need to change a few things. firstly, you need to change all of the you need to have the score numbering to be incremental, so this one would have 1, this one would have 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, in order to prevent you to be able to lock one, then another person locks this one, and now, okay, in my case that was lucky, now it can open either one. So, that needs to be remedied with this incremental thing. And secondly, you need to make sure that you replace the chest in all of these command blocks with trap chest when it is a trap chest. So in this line there should be a trap chest right in there. There you go. That's how it's supposed to look. And that is pretty much it. Oh yes, if you want to download this map, be advised that this version 4 no longer works with version 1.9.2, also Minecraft version that is, and I cannot guarantee for any of the even older ones. So yeah, so if you want to download it, link is in the description, or if you're already on Planet Minecraft, just exit full screen, look down below. There is the download link. And other than that, see you lot next time. Bye bye.